Welcome to the Produce Moms Podcast, where we believe there is a produce mom in all of us. I'm Lori Taylor, founder and CEO of the Produce Moms. For 10 years, I sold fresh produce to over 300 grocery stores in the U.S. And today, my team and I are fully focused on inspiring people to eat more fruits and vegetables. This show is just one of the ways that we hope to inspire you and your family to eat more produce and live a better life. If you like what you're hearing on the podcast, join our community of almost 40,000 in all 50 states and over 30 countries by visiting theproducemoms.com/subscribe. And be sure to subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes. Thanks for being here. Enjoy today's show. Welcome back, everyone. It's another great edition of the Produce Moms Podcast. Today, we welcome Linda York. Linda is the founder of Sticky Lickits. I'm really excited about this product. I really believe in what this product stands for. I believe in what it does. I have seen this product be a true change agent in my home. And Sticky Lickits are edible, all natural stickers. All they add is fun to your fruits and vegetables. And like I said, my children love them, and I think yours will too. So Linda, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here, Lori.
Oh, thank you. No, this is wonderful. Your story has inspired me. I'm so glad our paths have crossed. I really believe in the product that you've, helped create at Sticky Lickits. I think you've made a real solution for moms everywhere that are trying to get their children to eat more fruits and vegetables. So this is going to be a great episode. Let's start at the beginning. I'd love to ask you, as the founder, what are Sticky Lickits?
Sticky Lickits are stickers that children can actually eat. They're made from food, and they have a tapioca base, and the color is made from food as well. There's nothing artificial in them at all. They're sugar-free, peanut-free, tree nut-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, soy-free, dairy-free, vegan, and kosher. And like we say, the only thing they add is fun. So that's what we were looking for, stickers that kids could eat and could use to decorate fruits and veggies with.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you've done. And so let's talk a little bit about your motivation, because, what really inspired you to create this product?
Well, there are a number of things. The one that is closest to my heart is that I'm a grandmother. I have two wonderful, rambunctious granddaughters, 6 and 12. And being a mother as well, I remember going through the difficulty of trying to get my son to eat an array of fruits and veggies when he was growing up, and sometimes winning and sometimes not. And I saw the same thing start to happen with my grandkids. When they were very little, they would try just about everything. But as they started getting a bit older, they became really picky about not only what they would eat, but what they would try. And they stopped wanting to try a lot of things. And that really concerned me, especially as someone who knows how important it is for all kids to eat fruits and veggies. The other component of this is that I felt I could also feel their pain, because when I was a little kid, I distinctly remember not really liking vegetables that much at all. In fact, to the point where I one night was sitting at the dinner table. I probably was about 4, maybe 5, and I said to my parents that I was going to perform a magic trick, but I needed them to close their eyes for me to do it. And they closed their eyes, and I took every single vegetable on my plate. I put it on my napkin. I wrapped it up, then I put it in my lap, and I told them to open their eyes, and they were amazed that I had made my vegetables disappear. So then I asked, after a minute or two, if I could please be excused for a minute, from the table, and they said yes. And I went and thought I was really stealthy about it, and I flushed all my vegetables down the toilet. And when I came back to the table, I had 3 times as many vegetables on my plate. And I remember sitting there for a very long time, having to eat every single one of them.
Oh
So
yeah.
that was that was something else that kind of stuck in my mind. So, as I said, I wanted to get my kids to be able to, eat fresh veggies and fruit, but I wanted it to be, to be fun for them.
Sure.
So,
Yeah. And you know what? I bet, Linda, that most of our listeners today can identify a story from their childhood where they, had a similar scenario, whether it was, maybe not flushing them down the toilet, but there's certainly that stigma amongst us all. I mean, the consumption data would not be what it is today if fruits and vegetables were everyone's first choice, right? I mean,
exactly.
we are the most food secure nation in the world, yet close to 90% of our nation's children are not eating the recommended amounts of fruits and vegetables on a daily basis. And truthfully, the data is not all that much better for adults. So this is definitely your story is certainly relevant and something that I'm sure all of our listeners can identify with. So thank you for sharing that.
Oh, you're welcome. I think one of the other things too that that got me really thinking about this as as a broader issue, not just with my own family, and I call it the silence. And the silence is, I remember as a mom and also as a kid that there was a lot of discussion about, okay, how you get kids to eat their veggies and fruit. And even now, there's a lot of discussion and a lot of information about it. But the silence is what I keep finding in people's homes, which is people aren't really trying to solve that problem that much anymore. They find a couple of veggies or a couple of fruits that their kids like, and they're happy to make sure that the child, keeps eating those, which is great. But I guess what concerned me was there's a huge variety of different fruits and veggies out there. And if kids don't have an opportunity to try them or taste them, especially when they're little, it's going to be difficult to develop a preference or a love for that kind of food as they get older. And I know that parents work really, really hard to get their kids to eat healthy. So
Sure.
I just started thinking about, okay, what's something else we can do? Because as you said, we have all the information about what we should eat, right? And we have a country that certainly has an abundance of great food for kids, but it isn't really getting that food into the mouth of those kids. So that's what I was trying to solve. That was the issue I was looking at.
Yeah, well, and I think you've developed a phenomenal tool as, adults, parents, people who love children. It's a great tool for all of us on our quest to get children to eat more fresh produce in both volume and variety. I'm glad you brought that up because it is one of the key recommendations of the current dietary guidelines is to increase the consumption of fresh produce in variety, because what this culture of having one or two favorites, which we all do, right? I mean, we all have a favorite fruit or a favorite vegetable, and we gravitate towards those. Or we're busy households, and we've got about 5 meals that we know how to cook, and we just, are creatures of habit, and we repeat those meals on a cycle. And that's okay. But at the end of the day, fruits and vegetables, bite for bite, there's nothing better you can put in your body. The nutrient panel of what's out there in fresh produce is abundant, it's complete, it's raw. And those are and that's why it's a key recommendation right now for the current dietary guidelines for Americans is to eat more produce in volume and variety. So it's very important to eat the rainbow, as they say. And truthfully, Sticky Lickits, it's a great product to get children interested in different varieties of fresh produce. So I'm really glad you brought that up specifically. So how's the response been to this product so far? I mean, I know that you've had some soft launch efforts. I know that you had a very strong presence at the toy show in New York City, which, maybe not everyone who's listening today understands the magnitude of that event. So elaborate a little bit more on what the response was in New York City, as well as just overall how people are responding to the product.
Oh, thank you for asking me. What I find is that my best sales people are kids, because when I have an opportunity to show a child the Sticky Lickits and present them with a selection of cut fruit and veggies, they just know instinctively what to do. They put the stickers on the fruit, or the veggie, they decorate them. Whereas an adult might put one sticker on one slice of an apple. Sometimes kids will put 3 or 4, and then they pop them in their mouth, and they see it as a game, as play. And I was questioned about why we were at the toy fair, because the people that go to the toy fair, retailers looking for new products, are looking for toys. And many people said, but you're food. And my response to that is, we're food and we're also a toy. We really want to make good nutrition fun. And so that's where we decided we would start showcasing the product. And we just were ready to launch last October, the end of last October. So we've just been around for a couple of months, but I'm really pleased to see how kids are really enjoying it, and how the first reaction I get always from adults is, stickers you can eat? No way, you can't eat stickers. But once they figure out how much their kids love them, I've been very happy with how they have responded and, are enjoying them. So that's a good thing.
Oh, well, yeah, it's a great thing. And let's talk a little bit more about the stickers themselves. I know that, because I've had the opportunity to use them in my house and I've purchased them online. Like, I'm a really big advocate and fan for these. Anyone listening, this is a great item to throw into a birthday card for kids. They're affordable. They're encouraging children to eat more fruits and vegetables. And you are going to have a lot of fun, and it's going to be a very memorable gift. So keep that in mind. I've been doing that here in my household, giving away the Sticky Lickits in birthday cards, and it's been a lot of fun. So, but let's talk about all the different types of stickers you have, if you don't mind, so that people can really start envisioning what we're talking about here.
Oh, not at all. I knew that one of the biggest challenge I would have when I was introducing this product is that no one is looking for edible stickers because they haven't existed before. And I felt that I needed a way for people to understand what an edible sticker was, and then to try it. And I felt once they did, that the stickers would sell themselves. But getting that initial interest and understanding was important. I also know that little kids love animated characters, and they're very loyal to the different characters. So one of the things I did was I went to Nickelodeon and I asked them if I could license 2 of their most popular characters. One was Paw Patrol and the other was SpongeBob. And at that time, Nickelodeon was just really getting behind an effort to get kids to pay attention to healthy eating and also to moving more, being really active. So they were enthusiastic. about what I wanted to do. And we created a packet of Paw Patrol stickers and a packet of SpongeBob stickers. Then we also created some original designs. One is called Doodle Dums, and those are little graffiti drawings, unicorns eating carrots, little squiggly worms coming out of an apple, all kinds of funny things. And then the fourth packet is called Making Faces. And that was really based on the Mr. Potato Head concept, where a packet of Making Faces has different eyes and nose and mouths in it. And kids can then create their own funny faces, whatever their imagination has them, want to do. So
Right.
that was the theory behind that. Create something that kids were familiar with, and then follow it up with some other fun choices as well.
Yeah, and you've done a great job. I can say that I gave my nephews some of the Paw Patrol and the Power of Paw Patrol. They just want to. They're so excited about it. My sister tells me that they just want to eat the Paw Patrol all the time, and so sometimes like she can't actually get them. They're only 3, so they understand the concept, but my sister's a little involved with, making sure they actually put it on the fruit or the vegetable, because she's like, if I'm not careful, they'll just eat the whole pack of the Sticky Lickits. So it's really a lot of fun, but you've certainly tapped into that passion of children and truthfully children of all ages. I mean, let's be real, SpongeBob's celebrating his 20th anniversary, his 20th birthday. So there's a lot of millennial parents out there who grew up watching SpongeBob too. So I'm one of them. And so how would you say that Sticky Lickits differentiate from food items and specifically produce items that have cartoon characters on the packaging?
Well, there are a couple of reasons, or a couple of differences. One is, I thought that it was really interesting, a statistic that I came across just last week, that nearly $2.5 billion is spent yearly by U.S. food and beverage companies to market products to children.
Mm-hmm.
With the majority of the expenditures really promoting less healthful foods and drinks. And one of the ways that they've done that is to use cartoon characters to promote these different products. So the idea that if people could be using imagery to promote food that wasn't that healthy, then why couldn't we do the same thing to promote food that was healthy? And the difference that I saw between putting a picture of, let's say, Paw Patrol on a package and actually giving the child a sticker of a Paw Patrol character that they could put on the fruit or the veggie, was that when they have the sticker, they actually put the fruit or veggie in their mouth. When the image is on packaging, outside packaging, we know that sells more produce, but we don't know that it actually gets into the kid's mouth. And that was the issue that I was looking to take on. I wanted to make sure, because parents, you do have budgets. You do think about when you buy food that you want it to be used. You don't want it to end up getting thrown out. So I thought, okay, what's another way that we can help make that happen? And that's where I think stickers are differentiated. They actually, in most cases, ensure that the child will actually eat and enjoy the food that they're putting the stickers on.
Right. Yeah. And as we all know, it's not nutrition until it's eaten. So that's something we say often at the Produce Moms. And I do fully believe that Sticky Lickits is actually bridging that gap between what is purchased and what is consumed. And so probably, additional kudos to you on helping parents eliminate food waste in their home, because so many of us go to the grocery store, have all these great intentions, think our kids are going to eat what we buy, and then the produce rots at home waiting for someone to eat what we bought, and so that's really glad that you kind of thought outside the box there with that, because it's truly such a cool innovation. So let's talk about the actual experience with the Sticky Lickits. So you child lick it, stick it, eat it. That's the tagline on the website, and you trust me, that's how it works. It's that simple. Now, does it change the way that fruits or vegetables taste?
That is a wonderful question, and one that I get asked frequently. We specifically wanted a sticker that didn't have a distinctive taste. People have asked me, well, can you make them in strawberry or vanilla or chocolate or something like that? And little kids' taste buds are very different. They're very sensitive. And you might have one child that likes a strawberry taste, for example, but many others that don't. So the goal was to keep the taste neutral, so that the child actually would get to taste the fruit or the veggie that the sticker was put on. The stickers also dissolve in their mouth almost as soon as they put them in their mouth. But what children tell us is that to some, the stickers taste a little bit like marshmallows. That's what they'll say. But they all say the same thing, that they make the food taste better. And there's no explanation for that, except I would have to guess maybe a psychological one.
It's the fun.
Exactly. But it's the fun that it makes it taste better.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are your goals with Sticky Lickits? I mean, you are a founder of something that's really innovative, that's truthfully, solving a global issue, a universal concern. What are your goals with your brand and with this product?
Well, as I have mentioned before, I'm a grandmother, and I think a lot of people my age are looking into how they can cut down on work, and maybe look at spending their life, doing some more fun things, maybe doing more volunteer work, but just changing the pace of their life. I made what many would consider a crazy decision to start a completely new business at this point in my life, because I feel that this is a problem or a situation that has a real solution. So what I want to is use these stickers to get to as many different populations of children as I can, and to also use these stickers as a way to forge partnerships with produce companies, with grocery stores, with hospitals, with schools, because I believe if we work together that we can make fresh fruit and veggies available to all different kinds of children, and especially children that aren't always in a position where they have a lot of fresh fruit and veggies either available to them or not easily presented. So I'm looking at a bigger picture. I'm looking for a collaboration with people that have the same desire and interest to make kids that have the opportunity to eat well.
Yeah, no, it's a true mission-driven brand and product. So you're really doing work that matters the most. It's one of our goals here with the podcast is making sure that we're showcasing folks that are truly helping to change the way America eats by increasing the consumption of fruits and vegetables. And that's exactly what you are doing, Linda, as the founder of Sticky Lickits. And as you talk about that collaboration, I am smiling ear to ear. I'm so proud to be partnering with you and helping you share your story, bring this product to as many households as we can to change the consumption behaviors and as many children as we can. So can you share a little bit on the podcast who else is involved and shares my passion for Sticky Lickits?
Yes, we are currently working with, I live in the Napa Valley, and we have started to get interest from food service directors here who are looking at using Sticky Lickits as a way of changing food programs for preschoolers in the area. So that will be one experiment that we're going to be doing. We were very proud to just learn recently that Kroger's is going to be doing a test of our product in the Dallas area, and that will be coming up soon. We did do a small but really important project with Children's Hospital in Los Angeles. So our list is growing. And we always are, reaching out to people and want them to reach out to us to see if we can work together for this common goal.
Yeah, that's great. You're really on to something and you're doing really important work. So let's make sure we direct people to the appropriate spot to go buy this product. Obviously, hey, if you're a listener and you're in Dallas, go to Kroger now and look for this product on the shelf because that movement off the shelf is going to be so important for Linda and her team at Sticky Lickits to continue this very important mission-driven work. So definitely, if you're listening in the Dallas area, please go to your nearest Kroger store and look for Sticky Lickits and buy them. And but for those of you who aren't in that area, where can folks across the United States go?
We have them on our website, which is stickylickits.com, and that's STICKYLICKITS.com. And we also are this week going to be publishing a list of some of our retail partners, actually all of our retail partners that are in different parts of the country. So it would be wonderful to go get Sticky Lickits there as well.
Yeah, the distribution footprint is growing each and every day with Sticky Lickits. It's one of the most exciting parts of a startup journey is seeing your idea come to life and then grow. And that's exactly what's happened here with Linda and her team. Linda, I can't thank you enough for sharing your story. I've learned a lot about you and your passion, where it all comes from, and mostly your big, genuine heart as it relates to the purpose of getting children to eat more fruits and vegetables. So we're kindred souls. It's been such a joy to meet you, and we always have a tradition here on the podcast. Our guest actually closes out the show, so I'm going to tell you thank you, but I want you to share any final remarks with our audience, and please make sure you thank our listeners today.
Oh, I certainly will. Well, first of all, I have to thank you, Lori, because you have been a big inspiration. Before I started Sticky Lickits as a business, I was a fan of your blog, and I followed it, and I loved the suggestions and ideas that you gave, and I was able to use a lot of them. And I think that gave me a lot of affirmation and courage in going forward with this, with this idea. And I'm just so grateful that people are listening, and I would just urge them to try Sticky Lickits. This is a plug now for the company. Go to your grocery stores and please ask them to start carrying Sticky Lickits. So we have an opportunity to spread the word far and wide. But thank you, and thank you again, and thank all your listeners as well. I appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Produce Moms Podcast. If you or someone you know would like to be a featured guest, just send an email to Lori@theproducemoms.com. We know there is a produce mom in you because there's a produce mom in all of us. Join our community on Facebook and all social platforms. Help us change the way America eats. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.